What's up? April 11th update. Disclaimer right now before we jump off into it. I am the Oracle bearer Narcissus. This is spiritual news. Do not take this as a joke. I am a direct channel to the universe. I am the universe pet. They tell me all their secrets. I come from the galactic world. For those who've been here with Zam baby, for the newcomers, hey there, how are you? This is a sacred space. Here's where healing takes place. I am here to steer you clear of ignorance, dangers of the sorts, and low vibrational energies that does not serve your best interests. Before you take anything too personal, understand you are to book me for a personal. You came across my page to ensure you do not lean onto your own stupidity. I am not here to manipulate my talents, conversations, or energies in hopes of soothing your ego. This is not the space for that. I am a high vibrational entity. My prices are my prices. You do not go into Burberry, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Neiman Marcus, or any other luxurious store negotiating prices or requesting discounts. So please do not disrespect me or my talents by asking me to do so. The best is not cheap and the cheapest is not the best. Please understand, I am not concerned with what the next being is doing. I work for the universe and they pay me well. You get my personality as a bonus. I am me, will always be me because I love me. If you must know my view on time, to me it is an illusion. Time does not exist, clocks do. When you see this, is exactly when you are to receive this message. These messages are not administered with any constraints. Place the pronouns and situations relatively in their spaces. Be it be emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, sexually, literally, educationally, etc. Understand this may or may not resonate with anyone. Take what fit and leave the rest. So yeah, let's get off into some shit. All right. Someone will be delivering some news to you that you may want to speak out on. Tame your tongue. Okay. Some of you may be volunteering your services. This will be great for you. You will find yourself cultivating great relationships. You will be going to a place for something while waiting to be serviced. You will begin networking with people that have common interests. This is great for where you're headed. This person will be very receptive to your ideas. You will leave with great inspiration to continue alongside your journey. You may want to show up and support someone, but your loyalty to self has you in a space where you're like, that is on them people's body. They are responsible for self. Someone needs to speak with you. This is family related. They think the hatred that you have for them is greater than your capacity to hear them out. Every action taken builds or destroys your character. You are built for all that you experience. The universe will never allow you to walk in rooms without them alongside of you. Whoever your deities is, please substitute the universe with whoever the deity of your beliefs may be. Okay. You may have your reservations about someone being honest with you. You may state that to this person, or people did not lie, they just did not tell me either. You may state that this person or people did not lie, they just did not tell me either. I would like to inform you, in some instances, omitting information is indeed a lie. It is one by omission. Anyways, loosen up your hold. Things will be shown throughout their behaviors. You must be present to actively pay attention. Disregard all of what is said. Listen to the unsaid and deliberately mind what it is they are doing and not doing. Some of you are going to be speaking to someone about your desires and you will find yourself exchanging valuable information. You will pique this person's interest because you know so much about what it is you're speaking about. Perhaps your desires are home of their actual home, right? You may dream of being an anime star. You'll be talking to someone who is born and raised in Japan. So where you want to go, they born from there, right? Someone around you will find flaws with everything in the environment. Be mind to steer clear of that person and speak on things that mimic elevation with said person. Someone around you is great at faking like they are not lonely when they are indeed most alone at nighttime. Someone is going to inform you of someone who functioned out of their lower vibrationals. You never paid any attention to it. It would not be until this person states that to you. You will notice that that is indeed true. Do not fuel that shit. Your happiness is your responsibility. You are not to place the responsibility on someone else. Someone been loving you. They are just not allowing themselves to love you instead of only receiving love from you. This person feels like they are already yours. They're acknowledging you have always felt like home. Y'all shared a past life connection, perhaps. You do not have to be cool anymore. They are ready to love you. They see the real you. This is you in another vessel. Y'all are more than a memory. If you find that person you knew is not the person you once knew, you must find it in your spirit to get over it. I'm going to say it again for y'all. Right? If you find that the person you knew is not the person you once thought you knew, you must find it in your spirit to get over it, okay? Someone is banking on you heavily. You and this past person is nothing the same. This person has status, plus they love that you're not after the fame. Someone wants to look you in your eyes. They love you dearly. They're infatuated with your vibes. Some of you are proud of where you're going. You cannot look at anything past in your past as something that was set out to destroy you. You are in a space where you are viewing your past as primary education. You extracted the lessons. You have become equipped with the tools necessary for where you're headed. Some of you are identifying with your gratitude. I love that for you. Inquiring about yeah, because I'm channeling energy and I'm trying to give y'all this shit at the same time. It's just a lot, right? Some of y'all are identifying with your gratitude. I love that for you. Inquiring about self excavates the honesty embedded in our perspectives and emotions. Y'all must be more conscious with the company you are keeping around you. Bad company corrupts good morals. Okay? I'm going to say this one more time. Y'all must be more conscious with the company you are keeping around you. Bad company corrupts good morals. 7:15 on the clock. Pay attention. All right. It is okay to have high standards if you're providing all that you require. Some of you having trouble healing those relationship scars. Sad part is you are not acknowledging your roles truthfully. Simply put, you broke your own heart by choosing the same person in different bodies, compromising who you are for a familiar feeling. The most important thing to take away from this is you will break your own heart always. If you rather make folk more important to you than you are to them. Knowing that you still believe you could change them, choosing to believe that you could continue to give them more of something they were not appreciating to begin with. It sounds like a lot of ego there. So don't allow yourself. Choosing to believe that you can continue to give someone more of something that they were not appreciating to begin with sounds like a lot of ego there. So allow yourself to grow into a healthy space by acknowledging how far you would allow yourself to go against self to prove a point to self-ego. I love you. May you feel my love is enough to get you going. May my voice be evoking enough to warrant your soul to keep growing. This is a sacred space where soulful healing takes place. Please know that your insecurities, reservations, and love is safe. I love y'all for real, babe. Truly, with love. Do not blame folk for being themselves. Do not aim to get even. Simply leave. You can respect something without accepting something. Do not become like the same people you despise. Protect your energy. Some of y'all needed to hear this, and I'm going to tell you it is not important on how you feel. It is not important on how you feel about a person if that is not being showcased in real life. How someone treats you is far greater than how much you like them. And if you deem to love this person, I challenge you to see if it is more than you love. Is it more than you love yourself on an honesty metric scale? Some of you are having glimpses of your future. Understand your future self requires your present self to get uncomfortable to get y'all there. It does not look like comfortability for 3 months. It looks closer to a few years. Pay very close attention to your glimpses because you will be comfortable for the remainder of your years to come. Pause it, play it back if necessary, but receive that. Okay? When you find yourself amid of uncertainty and you are noticing that you are moving irrationally or even impulsively, do not rush, do not continue to run. Slow down, breathe. If you could, go outdoors in nature. Focus deeply on life around you. Pay attention to your surroundings. Create that oath with self. No more running, no more rushing, no more overthinking. Just taking steps daily to appreciate how beautiful your life truly is because you don't have it the worst. Okay? You do not have it the worst. You may be healing yourself and want to aid and assist others with healing. I would advise you all to ensure the folk you are trying to heal are willing to give up the things that makes them ill. If not, you will find yourself being internalized by others as a hero, and it will sadden your spirit to know that the very same people you are trying to save are the very ones that's going to be standing on your cape. So be mindful of that. That's a lot to take in. Know that, right? It's a lot to take in. You may be healing yourself and want to aid and assist with others' healing. I would advise you to ensure the folk you are trying to heal are willing to give up the things that makes them ill. If not, You will find yourself being internalized by others as a hero, and it will sadden your spirit to know that the very same people you are trying to save are the very ones that are standing on your cape. So be mindful of that. Okay, the first decision of your day is your alarm clock. Do not get comfortable with taking the easy way out. Build discipline. Your brain will go out of its way to ensure you have what it is you believe you have. Rome is prominent to someone. Someone is pondering on what it is you are doing shit in your bag. Some of y'all feel like men who do not carry guns are not men. That is not nice. They may not be the man for you, but that does not make them less of one because they do not carry a firearm. Okay, some of y'all feel like men who do not carry guns are not men. Okay, that's not nice. And they may not be a man for you. Okay, but that does not make them less than one because they do not carry a firearm. It is time you grasp the concept of removing yourself away from folk who thinks every time you all speak about matters of expressing yourself, it is an attempt to argue with them. That is dangerous. People will make it known throughout their body language or their physical actions that your art of verbal expressions is offensive to them. That has nothing to do with you. You must follow that concept. It is not as hard as you may make it. You are not yet in a space where you want to face the truth just yet. Love self, listen to self until you do so. Then you should not be expecting someone else to listen to you. It is their responsibility to treat you properly. You have no control over their actions. You have all the control over how long you choose to be there, choose to be accused of being an offender of verbal abuse, to choose to be unheard, choose to be overlooked, choose to be unloved, or whatever emotion you are displeased with. Everyone must search their own soul. Understand that, okay? Understand that. Regardless of what it is you do to someone, someone will find negative in said thing. People will overly criticize other people when they are unhappy in the depths of their own. Your role is to follow your heart. Do what it is correct for you to do. It is a nice gesture to consider. It is a nice gesture to consider how your choices affect your environment. But understand, it is not mandatory to have everyone approval to truly be happy. Happiness look like staying true to you. Happiness look like looking yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you see. Happiness look like you being able to sleep with you and your decisions you made for that day. That's happiness. Okay? It's not that watch, that rolling. It's not that Bentley. You're going to get that thing and that shit still won't make you that happy. What's the next pillar of success to you? What does happiness look like to you? But it's available to everybody. But what do it look like for you? Okay? Understand when you must submit to the power of nature or the deities you believe in. You must submit to the power that you have no control over. You must understand now is not the time to be making excuses. There are no excuses that are welcome. There is no in between. You either go after the life you want or settle for the life you get. No one said it will be easy. Choose your heart. Okay, it is time you begin having true prayers over the life of your children. It will benefit the change you are aspiring to see out of them. You must be on that frequency where the mind, the body, and soul is in alignment with what it is you are placing into your electromagnetic field. Or you will indeed be chastised under the oath you believe in. All the religions or even spirituality mandates that you have faith in order to claim that as such. You cannot fake the truth as it carries its own frequency. If you are in a space where you do not believe prayers work, I encourage you to evaluate your limiting beliefs. For those of you who do not know where to start, whatever it is you fear most is where you trust your spirit team or whoever it is you believe in, the deity, the least. Some of you may be under the impression that you should move out of your emotions. Understand your emotions are valid, however, they are not law. Your emotions do not always house your best interests. Your emotions would prefer you opt out of pain, but the flowers would not bloom if there's never a season where they experience the darkness. The nature of the flower knows that the darkness is temporary, for it is going to propel them into its purpose. Some of you are feeling like people are prioritizing folk who do not value them in the same ways you do. You must understand, you and your mama could know your brother, and the two of you experience said person differently. You and I could have the same reasons behind having a checking account, even at the same bank together. However, the bank has two different relationships with the two of us. Baseline is just focus on cultivating relationships with folk who reciprocate your efforts, right? That's it. Truth be told, they may be interacting with them folk for reasons that are outside of you. You must have enough self-awareness and respect for what it is you are willing to sit in. Some of you have been checking into furthering your education. Congratulations, baby. Do your thing. I get that coding or cybersecurity may resonate with a few of you. Congrats. If you have traveled recently, your experience has opened you up to a whole new level of belief in where it is you're headed. You may as well get used to it. You're beginning to dig deeper into your belief systems and their origins, and I love that for you. Okay, gain a deeper understanding of self. All right. Some of y'all are trying y'all best not to give people a piece of your mind, and lately you have been feeling like everyone been playing on your top. You really want to stay in your lane and drive steady. You may be seeing 111, 222, or 777 a lot. Now is the time to be gentle with yourself. Oh, God, jeez. Now is the time to be gentle with yourself. Oh, man. This is not warranting you to not be proactive in what it is you are aspiring to have or become. Do not prematurely place yourself on the market out of loneliness. It is detrimental to your respect. You need to thrive in a healthy space. Understand me when I tell you, a woman that has not learned to nurture herself in all essence should not be in a state of desiring to be anyone's woman. A man who does not have a vision for himself should not be in a state where he is seriously desiring anyone's to be, well, he should not be in a state where he is seriously desiring any woman. You cannot be stating you want something real, but approach it with fake tendencies. You are being fake with yourself, allowing parts of you to become tainted or damaged because you're placing yourself in situations your lower vibrational self is lusting after. You're sacrificing yourself for something that is bound to crash, just not in a sudden manner. You have not learned your own deal breakers. You have not yet sat the hell down, been all the way honest with yourself, not playing the blame game, but just seriously considering the things you allowed yourself to partake in, what state of mind you were in when you were running on an emotional high that turned you into a blind eye to red flags, merely because you wanted to live out what it was you created in your imagination or what was really going on. It does not negate the fact that you desire the love of another person. You must love you enough to know that the love you are aspiring to have will not work with the parts of you that is accustomed to the bare minimum and some matters of your life. If you are indeed feel you should be seeking love from someone else while unable to accept all the parts of you that feels less than and address the things that you are sensitive around, the caliber of people who will gravitate to you are the ones who are disabled to view themselves worthy of a love you are proclaimed in a proclaimed space of being able to give. Quick disaster. You will become mirrors of what you dislike most about your innermost selves. Select few of you are checking in with you and your sabotaging behaviors from a healthy space. And I'm proud of you, babe. You have been sleeping on yourself so much you are in disbelief about what it is you are about to walk into. You are truly going from rags to riches. Someone finds you to be a beautiful mystery. They want to come declare something to you. It makes them feel nervous, but a nervous kind of scared. This person, they are physically attracted to you. The way your mind compute things turns this person on, so they cannot help but get aroused from the thought at the same time. You are truly something else. Some of you has past people in your energy who are thinking you are too much for yourself. They feel you do not know what to do with yourself. If this is someone from your past, they honestly just want to wrap you in their arms and hold you for a night. You may want that too, but more than to be held at night. You are over the whole convenient thing. You want to be held by someone you feel your soul is safe with, and I love that for you. For those who have someone in your energetic field who feel as though you do not know what it is you want to do, I get that you're just talented with many crafts, and you are proactive in your approach with tapping into those gifts. You must want it for yourself more than they want it for you. That, my darling, is how you continue to focus on you, because the focus will become you. Your focus this retrograde is to focus on you until the focus is you. Someone is considering marriage counseling in hopes of something working out. You're being called to home in on the behaviors of this person as well as yourself, leading to counseling. Your deities are going to reveal to you if this is indeed worth fighting for. So whatever it is or was causing you to feel like this would not work, your deity would indeed intensify that pain that was meant to push you in another direction. So the no would look like bolded pains that would test your restraints. If you do not experience that, then this is confirmation that you should pursue marriage counseling. Do not attach your manifestations to people, places, or things, as it may no longer serve you. There are going to be far more days where you will come to a point in your journey where you will have to break your heart time and time again to give your soul some peace. If you do not take anything from this reading, you are to receive that. Make a note. Sometimes you will break your heart time after time again to give your soul some peace. Okay, take note on that. Someone wants to speak to you about something that you are tired of talking about. You basically think this person is talking outside of their necks. You're open to hearing this person out, though. This time will be moving swiftly these last few days. Who you are in life reflects the company you keep. You will find yourself defending your ancestors before you to people. You will become irritated with folk in your environment trying to culture wash your history, subliminally criticize your people, jokingly exhibiting jealousy. They dislike who you are and what you're comprised of, but they would not have too much to live up to if it was not for you. So you might be just pissed off at motherfuckers in your environment that just insist. You feel me? Oh, well, this is, but for example, fucking Mexicans probably feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's everything in the world that they done started. You feel me? That they can't do or they could do because, you know, they Mexicans. So who you gonna tell them what they can't do? And it's like, sir, you do realize even in your community, they get as dark as my hair in your community. Okay, don't act like it. Notice how every other ethnicity or race could speak their language, their native tongue. You can't speak black people language, babe. We speak too many in the native languages. I'll wait on Google to catch up. I'll wait on Alexa to catch up. I'll wait on Bixby to teach me some African history for real. Teach me my native tongue. Because we learned all of y'all everything and y'all learned us nothing. The fuck? So yeah, you just might be tired of that. It is a fallacy to think that you could love someone into being them. It is a fallacy to think that you can love someone into them being who you need them to be. You cannot force a person to be. You just got to love them enough to let them go. But no, you didn't do that. Right? Because even if you let them go, you loved them enough to let them go, they still had to do the work. Right? Okay? So you can't do that. That's all to do with self. Self got to be ready. Okay? Some of you watching are over the art of potential. You no longer want to fall in love with potential. The ratio of potential work to the actual useful work that gets embedded into a product or service is called aggregated efficiency. The higher the aggregated efficiency of the service of the good, the less waste is produced within that journey, all the way across the value chain. Gems from a gem. But say the ratio of potential work to the actual useful work that gets embedded into a product or service. It's called aggregated efficiency. Okay. You may be in hermit mode, truly just wanting to sit with yourself in solitude. You will feel stagnant. Believe it or not, it is all about to make sense. You have not seen your greatest manifestation or creation yet, regardless of where you are and how long you've been there. Stop fighting against what it is the divine say it is you need. Your wants are not wanting you, and you must accept that your higher self does not want that energy, whatever that looks like to you. You must release things with love, beloved. This is a mere reflection of your love for self. Do you really believe you can retain what it is you need? Or you want to adopt the habits of what is staying in your comfort zone, catering to your wants? Your choice. Do you really believe that you can retain what it is you need? Or you want to adopt the habits of staying in your comfort zone, catering to your wants? Your choice. Release what does not serve you. Attachments could hinder you from achieving the things that you are set out to achieve. Analyze your relationships with attachment. Okay? Some of you are waiting on an apology for someone in order to forgive them for the things that you are displeased that had taken place. I love you, beloved, but forgiveness does not always implicate a reconciliation. Time is an illusion, so it will look differently for everyone. You must choose to let go once you have found your peace within that situation. That does not implicate nor indicate you should go and reconnect with said thing or said person in a manner in which you did before. You must understand what you do not change, beloved. You're choosing. Understand that, right? Something that you've been trying to manifest will come into fruition this week. You will be realizing, you'll be releasing energies that was pinned up inside in hopes of bringing in more of what you are needing. You want to free yourself of any internal trauma that is hindering you from receiving and giving love from a healthy space. And I love that for you. Okay. Some of you are trying to rid yourself of medications, but it's taking a lot out of you to do so. It's okay. I feel you. You must condition your pain tolerance, okay? Because you too can overcome that. Yeah. Listen, trust me. I feel you. Cause that time of the month, Playboy, that time of the month, I be needing that heating pad, honey. Cause Shawty can't swallow the medication. Ain't sipping no syrup. And I ain't popping no pills. Okay? But yeah, you gotta condition your pain tolerance. It ain't for the faint-hearted. Breathing properly would help manage the pain. You must train your mind to be stronger than your body. Some of y'all are cleaning out your phone, creating more space, and I love that for you. Release all of what no longer serves you. Some of you will have a poor attempt at that. You are trying to send yourself some of those old pictures. You are trying to save some of your old messages to whomever you are. Understand, you came across my page not to be judged, but to be divinely guided. You must search your soul a lot deeper than that. You are to identify with why you're housing images of people who are not qualified to be in your life according to you, to the you your higher self desire to be. You need to identify with why you are keeping things such as old messages you know would have the potential to later compromise your future self, simply because you're housing them to validate what you know truly happened already in hopes of convincing the public of something. You need to identify with why you're holding on to the need to be right, why you're still walking around the planet needing other folks to get you, to understand you, why you're in a space where you're half-assing the inner work when it comes to you. The thing about the truth is it will always outlive a lie. You will be learning how someone felt displeased with how you've been treating them in or outside of a relationship. Someone will be making false promises to you in relation to seeing them. Their intentions are good, however, you're just not that important for them to postpone what it is they have placed before you. They will get to you when they do. Do yourself a favor and prioritize yourself. Expressing your discomfort with humoring this person, do not give that any energy. Just wish that person well so you could best welcome what is destined for you. You will find that you have more time to work on the things that are important to you, and the universe wants that for you. Focus on you until the focus is you, because you will win, and it may not be immediately, but you will do so. Do not get caught up in the hows otherwise. Just know it will be, so it will. Okay? Someone who you were just having sexual relationships with maybe you were under the impression that you two were friends heading in that direction of potentially something with more substance. They are missing you. They are now willing to accept their part of the blame. Not only have they accepted their feelings to you, but they also know that it is more than your body that they are missing. Just be honest with yourself in terms of the things being salvageable. Is it too late for you to receive an apology? You are not yet ready for anything serious if it is burdening you to remove old images of your past lovers. I am going to need you to do some soul searching when it comes to things that are hard for you to release, especially when you know it's not serving your best interest. Remove it. Question what is causing you to be so sensitive surrounding those things. When you stop abandoning yourself, no one can abandon you. When you see yourself with clarity, you'll be able to view it in others. When you free yourself of fantasies, you will not traffic in fantasies. When you are walking straight and speaking direct, you will not become tempted to go sideways, because other folk will not be the template to the standard of your full experience. Find a better blueprint for yourself. You are the universe, and it grants free will. You are of the universe, and it grants free will. Okay? I know there was a lot for y'all, but, hopefully y'all got that. That ain't go over your head. You fully received that. Okay? Because you is loved here. I love you. And that's a lot. You may get annoyed with the ideas that people have of your past. They will assume you do not know what it means to go without. They will feel like you do not know what it feels like to have a lot on the line and lose it all. They may seem as though you did not have to cease speaking with old friends. They assume you too spiritual to know what it feels like to have unanswered calls. Like you don't know what the weight of waiting on something to fall through. The failure to point out that you still hold up your head makes matters worse. People can make it seem like your favoriteness is just dropped upon you. You had to make plenty of mistakes to call this shit experience. You want folk to appreciate your art. It is okay. I appreciate you. I see you and I get you. Right? And get this. I love you still. Contrary to what your yesterday looked like, I love you. Contrary to the mistakes you may make tomorrow, I will still love and encourage you to be the best you could be, because you too could grow to love growth too. Okay? If someone is real, they're going to tell you what is real. If they are fake, they are indeed going to tell you, if someone is real, they're going to tell you what is real. If they're fake, they're indeed soldier hating. You have many people wondering how it is you do what it is you're doing. If anyone is wondering this about me, to say it simply, during meditation, I ask for the discipline to maintain all things that I ask for, and the wisdom and the insight to multiply that. That is how I do it, through prayer, intentions, and meditating. The emotion and the data must matter, right? You will be learning many of folk things. There are people in your environment who will ask you questions that they know you feel differently about. Do not take this personally. You are able to speak your piece. In the room, it would enhance your quality of being by adding 2 rules to your rules that you abide by. Rule number 1, never give up. And rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Okay? You have such a way of speaking. You have created tension in your environment. This is resulting in your character having such elegant substance. You are a witty person. Folk love this about you. Your passion is attractive. You are going to be spending some well-spent time with someone who has an age gap between you. You are going to be blown away with how fluent things flow. There's unspoken feeling that this person is into you. They're not going to speak this to you, although they may flirt a lot. The reason is simple. They may like the way it flows with y'all. They appreciate the unlimited laughter, and they appreciate the knowledge that is exchanged, and they love that y'all appreciate each other's sense of humor. Y'all can bond over all sorts of music. This person is always thinking about the talks y'all have. Y'all may laugh literally until you cry with this person, and I love that for y'all. Before you are fully bestowed with the manifestations from the next season, the universe will expose folk hearts out to you. Some hearts will be shown through brute force to ensure you grasp that they are not to be experiencing those blessings with you. While you can love them from afar, message with protection. Any form of elevation requires some sorts of separations. Do not attach your manifestations to people, places, or things. I tell y'all, because it may or may not serve you any longer, right? Some of you are learning how the universe will protect its purpose. God will protect his purpose. Allah will protect his purpose. Yahweh will protect his purpose. Your angels will protect their purpose. Whatever deity you pledge to will protect its purpose at all costs. You understood that? At all costs. You are growing to appreciate this part of your journey, and I love that for you. Some of you are such sweethearted people. Folk could easily mistake you for someone they used to know. It is okay to be spiritual, religious focused, or even head over heart to some measures. However, you must treat yourself like you love and value yourself as you would do your partner if you had one. Give, but do not allow yourself to be misused. Love, but do not allow your heart to be abused. Listen, but do not lose your own voice. Those are some key pointers to take away from this video, especially if you are humanitarian by nature. Okay? It seems like y'all really is into this real life relationship shit. Well, I feel like I became a relationship coach in like a matter of a week. Just giving y'all the tea, okay? Some of you have not been up to doing what it is you know you could be doing to propel yourself further. You are adopting energies that are not for you. You are carrying other people's problems with you as your own. You cannot want it for some folk more than they want it for themselves. Their existence requires their effort. Understand you are to fight bad moods like your life depends on it, because it does, okay? Fight them bad moods like a bad habit. Your biggest challenge in life is not the one you face, but the mindset you approach your challenges with. Change the mind and you change your life. You can't change your life, then change your mind. It does not matter what you feel about the facts, okay? It don't matter about what you're feeling about that fact. That's just what the fuck I said. Moving right along. If you are one of those people who feel like it's a privilege for someone to have access to you, you must behave like that. Otherwise, it is a comical of you to think that folks should treat you like you think you should be treated. Folk would not do that. They would treat you according to how you treat yourself, They would treat you based off what they see you tolerate. It does not make someone a bad person because you sat in something longer than your soul consented to in hopes of accommodating your ego. Okay? Moving right along. You are in the process of receiving all that is meant to elevate you to the next phase of your journey. Some of you have been watching tarot readings galore. Be mindful of what you allow into your inner matrix. Be mindful of who you allow to guide you. Words can sound nice and all. However, some of the people you are following lack healthy boundaries. They are not in the space in which they portray themselves. Some readers lack integrity. Some of them want to live their life throughout the cards. They still are indeed poor quality people whom, if you known them in real life, would not be people you would want to be around as much as you consume their content. Okay. It is imperative that you pay attention to what folks say they want and what they're doing that is conducive to that. Right? So if you have homegirls that desire to be married, but they throw a girls' weekend event to sit around and talk about how men are not amounting to anything, they rather listen to how many times men are not amounting to anything rather than listening to how many times they interrupt you while you're talking, combating everything positive about the men that get it right, want to go clubbing while y'all hanging out. You could hear them project a bunch of contradictive energy, but the reality is the kind of behavior is not conducive to marriage. Men too, y'all could be around the bros and they may be publicizing the idea that they want to seek out a woman in marriage. Meanwhile, this person has not held a consistent stream of income. They deny all the parts where they're talking about their past relationships. They could be living at home with their parents with no real plan in motion, no real interpersonal skills, yet they are speaking of such nonsense. Their behavior is not conducive to being a real husband. That is not your responsibility to prove this to them. The truth is, this reality is reflected in the environments. Okay. So the truth is, the reality reflect that to them, right? It's gonna reflect what you're doing. You ain't gotta, it's gonna show, right? Can't fake that shit for reals. Some of y'all are so favored, you truly release the idea of anything negative to happen to you. For example, you could leave your baby wipes in a bathroom at a bus station, right? You go back the next day and your wipes are still present. The janitor will tell you, you're lucky because people come in here and leave their baby wipes all the time. People just come in here and take them without hesitation. The janitor was cool until she mentioned that, look, truth is you will be irritated because you are over people assuming that you are lucky. You're just vexed with the people undermining the work that you put into yourself or your crafts. When you are intentional with your daily meditations or prayers, you put the action that is required in and the time to do so. That is why you get upset hearing that. You have strong integrity, and folk from your past could and will vouch in your name because you do not care to clarify anything. Mercury retrograde has your devices acting up. It's okay. Retrograde will pass. Stay patient because all things take time. Some of you are interested in getting a cover-up tattoo. Some of you are realizing your intuitive abilities. You can feel when a person is untruthful. Understand it is not necessary to mention this when your senses have been notified that they are doing so. It will more than likely result in people denying your gut feeling because they do not want you to be correct. That type of behavior jeopardizes your powers of your gift. Just make note and keep it moving. Your current financial situation is changing for the better. To be aware of your inner projections from the divine protections. So those no's that, nah, you ain't getting that approved today. Nah, hold off on that loan. Oh, I said we was going to send that email, but your package ain't coming in. Protection. Hold off on that. Some of you find cleaning to be therapeutic. Oh, Molly the Maid face. I like cleaning up too, though. So we can Molly the Maid together. Go away, baby, because I gotta clean that up, man. All right. It's all about the mind. Mind over matter. Without the mind, it would not matter. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. Some of you are afraid of the guidelines that they're teaching in school. You are watching a kid go through a mental down spiral. They're overtly indulgent in the trans movement. You think they're too young to strongly stand in their beliefs, yet along the parameters the government and schools are trying to take to ensure you as the parent are making the kids comfortable with their stance. It is nonsense. Then the logic that is presented is nonsensical. Some of you are parents and having trouble deciding whether or not you want to select your kids' friends. I personally would advise you to do so, for their friends would have far more greater influence on them than you. You must manage the things that are within the scope of your support. You must be okay with your kids disliking you for a phase or two in their lives. Those years of dislike will transform into many years of appreciation. Your love for them must be strong enough to take the consequences of that. You will cry to sleep sometimes, but the outcome you know is best will come as a result of that hard decisions that's made today. Some of you are step parents to children who lacks respect for you. You may have gotten into it with the other parent in relation to the kids. Be careful if you are dating someone who is a step parent to your child. They may harm the child in hopes of getting to said parent. This is for the ones who have been working silently on the things folk do not know about. Be proud of you. You got through some of the most complex moments by yourself. Meanwhile, everyone was believing you were fine. Some of y'all who are celibate is wanting sex. However, you're displeased with the way your options are showing up. Although you're not, they are into you. You may have one that you feel like is eternally hating on you. The hater then fell in love. Another one you may feel loves you but desires not to receive the love from you and refrains from revealing their true emotion. This is because they could foresee that you leave this influence on many, which supports why you are not sleeping with that one, right? And some of you have a plethora of options that you rather not entertain either one of them. Well, isn't that just quite the love story? Got a plethora of options you don't entertain. Got one of them that just don't want to receive love from you or tell you how they feel about you because they see the impact and the influence you have on others. Then you got one of them that you feel like is you sleeping with. You know what I'm saying? Or want to be with you that you ain't sleeping with. And what happened? And they hating on you? That's dangerous, baby. Why people is even comfortable with that? Okay. Some of y'all need new people around you. You may be one of those people who see beauty in everything. You could very much be a person who is everything to everyone and have no one to be that for you. You will administer compliments to folk, and the folk you want to compliment you would choose not to compliment you. You hype everyone up you love, and you have no one to do that for you. I love you, and I want you to take the time out today. I want you to take time out today and love you for a bit. Some of you watches romantic comedies and love stories thinking to yourself, it only happens in movies. Oh, you indeed have a rude awakening because it too will find you. Love is coming for you. You want a real love with depths that you can feel love. A love that for you understand it is imperative you become your own best friend. You will not receive that kind of love from those people. If they can conjure up the courage, it will only be once they witness other people doing so. So pour life into yourself and compliment yourself. Tell yourself all those sweet nothings you fell for in your previous years. Tell yourself all those seductive things about yourself. Tell yourself all the inspirational quotes, the daily aspirated devotes, and date yourself. Take yourself to all those places you wish it said people would take to you because you deserve that much from you. And that will conclude the reading for today. But before I go, I want to go ahead and tap into some energy that I was tapping into today. All morning, y'all, when I was on my way to work, right? I was channeling energy, but I'm like, I should just drop a video. And it was like, no. Then instantly I heard like a whisper from, my ancestors, right? And was like, yo, somebody that you know don't want you to be doing these videos because they feel like you're just exposing their whole business, just telling all the fucking tea. Like, get out their business. And it's like, there ain't nothing you can control. So don't allow yourself to be placed in a box. So if you doing videos too, like me, you're a tarot reader or you're an intuitive reader, I do it all, but I just give y'all the intuitive messages because you got to pay for the cards work right there. That's not the message. I'm into depth. I read deep. I'm a deep reader. You know what I mean? So I don't really play around with the cards just yet until, I be booked for that. But I, do personal on my own time. But, yeah. Like, they salty that you're reading energy. Or you could be reading energy like me, right? That person that's salty, they don't want you to be putting out the content. And what I want you to do it. When you channeling energies, if you're in your car recording your car, if you channeling energies and you walking through the building at work, then as long as you ain't got nothing to people logos and stuff in the background, you ain't recording nobody, put the message out there. Don't limit yourself to them. And don't you become complacent underneath your own guidelines. So yeah, that was just a message for y'all. I love y'all. Have a great day.